He's a tall man, and I don't just mean in physical stature, which you would expect since he comes from the land of Lincoln. It's always a pleasure. Please welcome Lennart Lundh.
There he is.
There he is. All the way from Chicago. I'm not going to do any Sandberg tonight. What I've got is some love songs and some war poems, and I'm not always sure what the difference is between the two on any given day. Yeah. First one is by a poet who couldn't be with us this evening, Leixyl K. Emmerson out of Maryland. It's a westernized tanka, and it's called Come Sail Away. Sly glittering kiss, I'm lost in the midst of you. Tangled psyche's pulse, and begin with deep tenderness. The endless treasures sink lips. That, I suspect, is a love poem.
Right on.
Yeah. Ruby slippers. I'll help you put the slippers on. I'll tell you what to do and how to say what words. You'll scrunch your eyes so tight they'll all but well with tears. You'll click your heels, say the words, and then again. When you open your eyes, you'll be angry. The damned things didn't work. But they did. Travel journal. We made love in Orlando, letting me take you for taking you there, to see the mice, the magic, and the sights of future sweet dreams. It was different in Paris. The language irritated you, along with fawning Amiphiles and those who hated us on sight. These you choose to make me pay for. London was somewhere in between. Nelson on his plinth intrigued you, staunch against the hour's chimes and the steady urban growl. We managed to hold hands there. The Children, 1971 and 2005. My daughter, 1 year old, smiled at the window at the sunsets. On the TV news, the picture showed you, headless child of Bangladesh lying in a ditch. The war is waged against you, child, as much as on the men who hold the guns, though they are not the only other victims. And bomb-struck death is not your only fate. Your sister dead of one more rape, your mother dying nightly with her grief. My granddaughter, 3 now, sleeps gently in the late spring dark. On the TV news, the pictures still show you. Some of you may know this story. My oldest grandson, a former Marine, did a tour in Afghanistan. Field military police, which means he was the lead convoy truck driver, the guy with the mine roller in front of him. And he managed to get blown up 4 times, but he also held the record for that deployment for running over the most IEDs that didn't explode. His mother likes the second part better than the first. IED, QED. Depleted uranium is still on the periodic table. It waits there for you. Or you can search if you feel prompted. The tap of your fingers will seem a sudden silence as the sun sets. Zepp's stairway issues from the boombox above and behind you at the 50. The fucking new guy screams along off key and you holler something to him and miss the signal from the sensor. The shell was stolen from a stockpile, and it took 7 men to put it in your path. Even as I run from my truck to yours, I know there's no reason to hurry. Heavy metal thunder echoes from the hills. There's screaming, but no climbing notes to match. Your dog tags, wrapped like mourning bands for silence, weigh more than worlds upon my palm. The wonderful Virginia poet, Mary Carol Hackett, sent me a prompt one time that one of her students had given her, and the prompt was, my favorite shape is, and then you got to fill in the blank. I do a real crappy job of following rules and coloring inside the lines. So, the shapes of you. The line of light that is your hand searching for mine is not my favorite shape, any more than the curve of your breath as it lifts and lowers your breasts, the gentle raindrops of your words describing your day in the evening, the folds of thinking you in all the corners of my heart, each and more, part and parcel, shapes inseparable from the whole. Probably my favorite foreign film is Claude Lelouch's A Man and a Woman. I would pronounce it in French, but my French instructor never lost his Scots burr, and therefore I can't speak French for crap. He had 3 degrees from the Sorbonne, and he could not teach us how to speak the language. So, a man and a woman. They were on the fishing boat's fantail, and he was having difficulty lighting his cigarette in the sea breeze. Remember the scene? She opened her coat for him, and he quickly bowed in, using it to block the wind. Is that when they started to fall in love? Except, I don't know if we start to love, or if it's just there in the heartbeat needed for 2 people to light a flame and guard it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Len.
Thank you. Thank you, John. And everybody else.